The third tool that is well known for functional programming is the reduce function. It used to be in Python 2 part of the language, but in Python 3 it was removed and it's now in the functools module. And partially it's done because reduce is not really used that often. What reduce does, let's have an example to see it. So for example, you have a list of numbers and then you reduce with this function. So it gets a function and a list of values, or iterable in general. The function itself gets two parameters always. It returns, it takes the first two values from the list, calculates the result, and then takes the result and the third value from here and calculates the result again, and then takes the result and the new value and the fourth value, and so on. So if we take this example where we just add numbers together, it says it takes the first two values, so adds them together, then takes the result of them and adds the third value, which is 3 in this case, and then takes the result of them and adds the 4. So this is the result of this reduce, is as if we had this parenthesis and we add this calculation. And we can do the same with multiplication, for example, that again does the same. So takes the first two values, calculates the result on them, takes the calculated result and takes the third value and then calculates again, and so on. So it takes the whole bunch of values and reduces them into a single result. So this actually returns, in this case, a number. In this case, also a number. You can also use this with division. Okay, we don't need this plus, of course. We don't need this expression because we have the sum function, and we could easily multiply things. But there can be use of this. I haven't seen a lot of. I don't remember seeing it used in real production code, or it's very rarely used. Okay, so that's why it probably was also removed from the language itself. And it also works. So this can also work if you have just a single value. Okay, that still works. But what happens if you don't have any values in the list? So here I have a list, and I call the reduce function on it with the same plus, and the result is reduce of empty sequence with no initial value. Okay, so this is an exception that if you run this code, you will get this kind of an exception. So what is this initial value? And this is what we can do. In the reduce function, besides the original function and besides the list of values that you're going to work on, you can also give it a default value. So it will start by taking the default value and the first element and do the calculation there. So here, if we have a default value, if we have an empty list and we can use plus on it, it will return this default value. You can also put anything else. So maybe here we can start with 2, still the plus operation, and then the result of this will be the sum of all the numbers and including the default value. Here you can see that's the same example left over, and then here we have the same example with multiplication, which probably is not right. I think probably for multiplication I should put 1 there. I'm not even sure. Okay. In any case, that's basically right. Actually, this is what you can see here. So in this example, so here if I have the multiplication and I put the 0 as the default, then the end result is going to be 0 no matter what you put in here. But if you have 1 as the default, then you will get the correct value. So that's what you need to give for multiplication, for example. And for other computations or other operations, you will have to decide what kind of default value you like.